Remember, guys, you're never too old to shoplift.
What? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Bryce, and this is Bradley. And welcome to the B&B Show, Morning Show. Today we're going to...
It is in the morning.
It is. I hope so. If not, YouTube is kind of crazy like that. So, good morning, afternoon, and night. So anyway, we're going to be looking at some stories that happened in Florida in 2017. These are the craziest stories we could find. However, they did actually happen. If you look at any local newspaper, you should find them. So it took a little bit of energy, but we got there.
Yeah. So after all that, just, Florida's loved for Disney World, Orlando, beaches, all that good stuff. And right now it is the target of a pretty big hurricane, Hurricane Michael. So hopefully everything ends pretty well. I know Panama City Beach got hit pretty hard. But I figured we'd give everybody a little bit of happiness with some of the crazies that are down there in Florida. And being from Kentucky myself, don't worry, we'll hit our own state too. But we're going to start off with, as was kind of teased in the intro, you're never too old to shoplift. There was a 67-year-old lady who went to a store in Florida. So let me pull it up here. Let's see. Okay, so in Florida, according to this article, there was a 67-year-old lady who went to a Belk's down in Lady Lake, and she was dressed, I guess that's a location in Florida, and she was dressed in a turkey costume. Like, she was dressed up as a Thanksgiving mascot. That's what she was dressed up as. And anyhow, she was stuffing said turkey costume with purses, jewelry, and things. What on earth are you getting? How do you have... Of course, you have a chicken hat, because why
turkey.
wouldn't you? Turkey hat. Okay, whatever. Okay, so look out for Bryce and Walmarts everywhere. So anyhow, the police claimed that the surveillance camera saw her stuffing the costume with purses, jewelry, and a waffle maker. I mean, you've got to be... Why do you have two?
This is a very long story.
Two? I can tell. Okay. I think my head may be too big.
Okay.
My head may be too big. All right, so we're going to wear chicken legs now, or turkey legs. I keep forgetting it's a turkey. Yeah, my head's too big, but oh well, we'll make it work. So yeah, she was stuffing her costume with a ton of just stuff, like purses, jewelry, waffle makers, things like that. And anyhow, she was quoted as saying, "I wanted to wear my costume to court." And the police wouldn't let her. So if she goes to court in 2018, she may be on the next list. We don't know. But that also came from the article. I should say the whole quote, that all set came from the article.
We will keep
at
Thrillist.com.
Thrillist.com. I got to give them credit. Otherwise, we can be, plagiarism.
All of the file will be taken from Thrillist.com. So this is your one or second and only site. Okay, so write it down. Thrillist.com.
Exactly.
But anyway, now that turkey story's over.
Oh, we're taking the turkey hats off?
I am.
We're keeping those.
You do.
Probably we're keeping those.
Oh, if you want to. But anyway, so in Florida, right, 2017, we had a contractor fake his death to avoid paying the customers. So once upon a time, if you owed a bunch of people money, all you had to do was move to Florida, right? And you'd never find you again. That's a little harder to do now. So Mark Anthony Perez, sorry if the pronunciation is not on point, had to get creative after a Pennsylvania couple discovered the $13,000 he charged them for renovating to their winter home never actually got done. That must have been a real bummer, that vacation. After being hounded for weeks, he said,
I hate it when my vacation home isn't done.
You know what? Mine too.
I have that issue all the time.
All the time.
Exactly.
All the time. Yeah, because my salary from a
fast food
professional
joint, yeah.
fast food restaurant who deals with illiterate cows.
You went there.
Totally pays me enough to buy a vacation home. But anyway, so this guy obviously knew some people who did and got a job. So anyway, he said, so this is the fun part. He sent a text message to his daughter saying, I died. That's definitely the way I want to go.
Was that staged? Like, did he stage the text to his daughter?
He says here he sent a text message. Oh, I'm sorry. That's my bad. He sent a message to the people from his daughter's phone saying that he had died in a car accident.
Oh.
That's slightly less dramatic, but still stupid. I mean...
He lied about the daughter's phone. Well, okay, did he get busted? Because I assume he did, because he's on the list.
Smelling something rotten, one of the victims staked out Perez's home until found him walking outside one morning. I don't know. But the point is,
you can stake out somebody's house if you're not a cop with a warrant.
Technically, I guess
if you're not on the
road,
that's true. That's true.
I do that to your. I mean,
wait, what?
Never mind. We're gonna edit that one out.
Yeah, sure. That's gonna stay in, bud.
Anyway, I like your curtains. They're really nice.
I don't have curtains in my room.
Anyway, but yeah, they see, but this guy still has a lawsuit pending against him for.
I would hope so.
For not doing anything and getting paid for it. Yeah, that's a real bummer.
I would hope they'd have a lawsuit against this guy coming up. The guy faked his death, but this one actually has to do with the actual threat of death. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now, this is Florida. What is Florida known for as far as their animal life is concerned?
Mickey Mouse.
Good answer, but no. I'm talking about gators. Big old dinosaur-looking things that, they're in the water and all that stuff. But anyhow.
Say how that works.
An alligators are everywhere in Florida, and it's insane, like where they get seen. You have some crazy stories, but this one I think really takes the cake. Basically, there was an alligator that jumped on the airplane wing where a pilot was trying to go. It doesn't say where he was trying to go, but he was leaving Orlando Executive Airport, and an 11-foot alligator jumped up from the runway and attacked the wing. Like, literally went, Rambo style on the wing, just, chomped down. And, I mean, Chuck Norris has got nothing on that alligator. And, anyhow, it was 500 pounds when they got it, but it died on impact. I guess the plane was in motion or something. I'm not sure. But it died on impact, so, sad for the gator. No people were hurt. But I'm sorry, only in Florida would you have a gator attack an airplane.
Wait. I mean, that's not even the best part. The best part is it says this is the first time it's happened since 2013.
Yeah, this is a common occurrence.
Who was the genius who thought, I want to have an alligator tank at my airport? That's what you do.
I don't know if he was in a tank, though, because if the airport's near the not Everglades. No, there's the Everglades. The swampy area, the marshy area down near southern Florida, although it's in Orlando, which is only central Florida. I don't know.
Owns this, and if you don't have the alligators that are yours at your property, I advise building a fence.
Yeah.
Chain link is cheap.
Good old fence. Chain link is... Actually, don't get through chain link, though. My aunt had one show up in her yard.
You know what? It doesn't matter. The fact is you tried to stop it, and it's far less likely to be sued.
Exactly. So, anyhow, I think you've got another one.
Oh, yeah. I've got some good ones here. So one might think eliminating cars would cut down on the number of chop shops in a city, but you would obviously, if you did that, vastly underestimate the criminal will of a Floridian, I knew that.
Sure.
In June, Sumter County Sheriff's deputies raided a home in the Villages, a retirement community, best known for its golf carts. They found evidence of an underground golf cart chop shop.
What? Why would you chop a golf cart?
What? I don't know. They said the alleged shop was run by this person, Kathleen Unrath. Spelled Unrath, which, by the way, is a really cool last name.
Yeah, that's the name you want to have.
I'm going to change my last name
shop
to that. Yeah, obviously. They moved in with her elderly uncle to take care of him. The quotations are a direct quote. A relative term, pun intended. She apparently took this to mean use his garage to sell illicit electric car parts.
What?
So what?
There's a market for that?
We're in the wrong business.
Apparently. We need to start selling illicit electric car parts, I tell you what.
Yeah.
Specifically illicit.
Speaking of, I saw the other day, it was a...
Tesla?
No, I did see a Tesla the other day. That's not a lie. But it was this...
That's not a lie.
really fancy car. Fisker. It was a
Fisker, yeah.
Karma. I looked at it, I was like, that's a really weird looking Corvette. And then I was that's not a Corvette.
No. They're really cool cars, though, except the guy who owned it got sued, and there was a whole fiasco behind it. But that's all beside the point. That's not with Florida. That's over in Europe, which is a whole other can of worms. So anyhow, now you had somebody chopping up golf carts. This guy, he decided, I'm not going to deal with vehicles because that's boring. No. Vehicles are boring. They're too mainstream. So this guy goes to a woman's house and breaks into her home. Now, this is an 82-year-old lady. She's living in, I'm assuming, a retirement community. That seems to be fairly common in Florida. Anyhow, she calls 911 because and went to her son-in-law's house, which was next door. It's probably not a retirement community, actually. But she calls 911 because this guy's trying to break into her garage. And then she goes to her son-in-law's house next door, like I said, and she spent the rest of the morning, not she did, I'm sorry. The man spent the rest of the morning running in and out of this lady's house, sometimes naked, and sometimes dressed in her clothing. I mean, I guess you got to try it on before you go buy it. That's the only logic I would have for that.
I'd prefer not to comment on the story. There's so many things so deeply wrong with that.
Yeah.
Besides
it's
breaking it
like an episode of MASH going on over here.
Yeah.
If anybody knows that, I'm a generation whatever I am, and I was quoting MASH. I've never actually really seen the show, but oh well, whatever. Say what?
Generation X.
Generation X. I'm Generation X. I thought it was Generation Y. As in, why am I doing this?
No idea.
All right, so you've got another story, do you?
Okay, yeah. So I was preface this story with the fact that I have a great. I support the police like a lot, even though I was pulled over last night. Actually,
wait, what?
I was pulled over last night. I was doing 72 and a 55.
That's on you.
I did not get a ticket.
How?
Because I was in uniform.
Really?
I was in uniform.
The Chick-fil-A uniform, I'm assuming.
Oh, we can say that? Okay, cool. I work at Chick-fil-A.
Well, I'm going to put in the description that it's not property of us, so hopefully they won't flag us.
No, it's not. I mean, we were not at all sponsored at all during this.
Like, not sponsored.
We get no profit from this organization. However, I do work there.
So he gets a profit from it.
I do get a profit. Anyway, this is not endorsed.
I'm going to move this here.
I'd rather look at that than your shoulder. I would rather look at that than your shoulder. I mean, come on.
I like my shoulder.
Anyway, so we're gonna set Clyde over here.
Clyde, he has a name now.
Anyway, great respect for the police department, but here in Jacksonville, the police department, they're not exactly masters of subtlety.
Being subtle?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure subtlety. Look that up for
subtlety.
me.
Yeah.
Subtlety.
We'll
Anyway,
look that up on our
in October, dispute broke out on the street corner over pictures posted to a Facebook group. The responding officer showed up at the scene blaring a very loud version of War's "Why Can't We Be Friends?"
Not property of us.
No, not even. The police diffused the situation without an incident. I became a little irated. One of the women involved in the dispute told reporter Ben Conrack. I can't get that song out of my head now.
That was her complaint. She couldn't get the song out of
that they diffused this situation, whatever it was, without a shot fired. Nothing happened. Totally, cool about it. And
exactly.
But she's upset because she can't get it. Why can't we be friends out of her head?
I was going to say only in Florida, but then I realized this is like across America because I went to a Reds game in Cincinnati, and the pitcher ended up getting attacked by the guy who was at bat because he'd accidentally hit him with the ball. And apparently the guy at bat did not take kindly to that. And he chased the pitcher with a bat. And instead of sending people down there to help, they just started blaring that song across the speakers. And I'm like, this guy's about to die because this baseball player's about to hit him with a bat. And I bet it's on YouTube somewhere. Like, it can probably be looked up. I don't have time to do it right now. But I mean, I'm just like, seriously? Like, it was a church group that was there. We went as a church to a Reds game. And yeah, no, he was getting chased around with a baseball bat. I mean, can't make that stuff up. So anyhow, hope you guys
try.
It's true. So anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Keep it nice in the comments. And remember, it's a beautiful world out there.
All right. Thanks for watching the B&B Morning Show. Cheers.